Welcome to this new video. And today we're talking about gratitude. I'm sure if you're in the self development phase or the self healing phase, you've heard a lot about gratitude. And don't get me wrong, it's a very powerful exercise, and it is what brings you back to yourself, I would say, in the fastest way. Becoming grateful for what you already have in your life definitely helps you rearrange your priorities, rearrange the boundaries you've set around yourself. And all of that is very important and I would say crucial in coming back to our center, our alignment, and focusing on the good things in our lives is what definitely um, allows the good things to grow. But as we know, manifesting is creating everything. Everything happens at the same time, the good and the bad. It's all like both the polarities, because in the core, everything's neutral, and we have both the polarities. We have both the positive and the negative, as we have come to, um, let's say, differentiate it and separate these two, because we have been the ones that began to evaluate things as good or bad. And of course, we would love to only experience the good things in our lives. And so, with gratitude, we always focus, or we try to practice usually what maybe you've heard about, is becoming grateful for the good things, for the fact that you already have a bed to sleep in, that you have running water at home, that there are roads that you can take and drive on, and all of these things, that you're able to breathe, that you're able to be simply. And this is a very powerful exercise. But what I really want to focus on, and it's like the second part of the gratitude we not often talk about, I would say, or it took me some time to realize and to really see the opposite polarity of the gratitude. Because if we are whole and if we are consistent of good and bad emotions that we decide that we're going to classify them as, but as a whole, we need to be able to feel all of our emotions and accept all of our emotions, and really feeling through them is what gets us through them. And this is what brings ease to our lives, and it's what brings relief to our lives once we allow ourselves to really feel through that emotion. Then logically, we must become grateful for also the things we think we don't want, for the things we label as negative, as bad, for experiencing the bad things, because only then we are ready to accept all of us, and we're only then ready to take full responsibility that we are able to create good things and bad things, that we're able to help people and we're able to hurt them. Even if that's not our primary intention, that's okay. But becoming grateful for our pain, because what our pain does is it brings us back. It actually allows us to realize, wow, maybe I'm not on the right path. Maybe I should change something. Maybe I should focus on something else. Maybe I should change my life. Maybe I should turn my life around. Maybe I should adjust my boundaries. This is what is the gift inside the pain. This is what the pain gives. This is what the pain brings with. And for me, definitely it has brought me, I often say that migraine gave me the courage to take the big steps in life that I think without the migraine I wouldn't be able to do. Without that excessive pain, I felt like I had no choice but to change things, to change myself, to end that relationship, to end that job and move on to the next thing and believe, because the pain gives you that hope and the belief that you can live a better life, a more relaxed one, more at ease one, which today I embody and today I present. And I am a witness of the possibility of us to change and really experience the ease or whatever we want or whatever we came from, but experience the opposite polarity of it. But it doesn't come without really embracing and looking back, becoming grateful for the things that shaped us, for the seemingly negative things. Because if we want to be receiving of more and being able to have more of ourselves and accepting more of ourselves, that with that we must accept also what we don't like about ourselves so much. And surely, or how it generally works, is that we've been suppressing some negative emotions. This is what you can hear about everywhere, I'm sure. And this is mainly why the pain and the tension is stored in the body. And yeah, of course, we've been suppressing them because we weren't allowed to express them. It wasn't safe for us. The time being just didn't enable us to express the full spectrum of our emotions. We've been raised in a way it's only good to experience the good emotions, and you're not supposed to feel weak or pain or whatever it is you have there. But if you are ready to embody your whole self, if you're ready to heal your whole self, then I would say even mainly we must be healing those parts that have been suppressed, because the chronic pain and the pain, the migraines and whatever the symptoms are for you, they don't appear out of nowhere. They never appear for no reason. They appear for you. Yes, the one side is you have suppressed all those feelings that you didn't want to feel or you weren't feeling safe to feel, which was the natural coping way, was the right coping mechanism. You need to embrace this, that it was the right thing to do. And now, because it's uncomfortable releasing the negative emotions and releasing what's been stored in us, and it's uncomfortable to learn how to really feel those emotions we haven't been allowing ourselves to feel. How to feel scared, for example, and fully admit that you're scared and show it off. I'm scared, I communicate it, but I feel through it also. Or feel frustrated, communicate it, because this is the conscious way of doing things. I'm talking about the aware way of doing things, being aware that I am feeling that emotion, therefore I communicate it in this way. I communicate it in the respectful way to the other person, which is, instead of saying, you make me angry, it's, I feel angry right now. Because with this, we take responsibility over what we feel and over the fact we create it. But at the same time, we allow ourselves to acknowledge, okay, I feel angry right now. I'm frustrated. And this helps us with, for example, in relation with other people, it helps us so that we both don't take it personally. Because if we start communicating as becoming aware, I create my reality, I create my emotions, I create what I feel, and I can change that. I can feel through it, I can go through it, it's gonna go away. I can build that trust within myself, and it helps me obviously build the trust with others if I communicate, if I don't just act angry and I do over exaggerated reactions, but if I communicate, okay, this is how I'm feeling right now, and it's okay, but really stopping in that intense feeling, which I'm talking about, the low points, and how we can, even another approach of balancing the low points, they no longer need to show up, or they're going to be less frequent, or they're going to be less intense, and this goes to pain. The pain then becomes less intense and less frequent if you are able to stop in that emotion and in that pain and in that feeling and say, okay, I'm proud of myself. I'm learning something here. I'm learning how to be grateful for the fact I can feel fear, because look at how many times fear has protected me. How many times I haven't done, this is what we don't look at often, how many times I haven't done the bad decision that would made my life way worse than it is right now. And yeah, acknowledging that, okay, I'm learning, because this is something we usually don't want to learn, but on a self-healing complex journey, it will uncover everything if you're ready to learn about yourself and heal without medication, without suppressing, with being really honest with yourself and with opening up all the parts and all the shadows of yourself. This is what it takes, obviously, to instate that harmony in your life and have everything, because that is possible, but it does mean going through what you're going through. When I say this, I mean feeling pain and going through that pain, that yes, it is what I'm feeling right now, and in a way I'm grateful for it. I can be grateful for it. I can be proud of myself that I am able to experience it, that I'm able to acknowledge that I've created it. In that state, it can dissolve and disappear. This is where, once we fully embrace it, fully even are able to admit, maybe it's gonna be here with me for the rest of my life. Maybe that's something I need as a constant reminder of my priorities, of my values, maybe my bravery, because this is what pain also does. It encourages us. It gives us that impulse to say no also, where many times we wouldn't have. So there are two approaches that are very important. Yes, one is that gratitude for the good, for what I already have. And also the one with the gratitude for what I don't want to have, what I don't like about myself, what I don't like about the people around me. Therefore, it's consisted inside me. What I really hate, what really triggers me. Because whatever activates you, whatever triggers you, whenever I say something that's completely against your belief, it's what triggers you. Therefore, enables you to change, enables you to adopt a new mindset. Because we've been conditioned, which allowed us to learn how to condition ourselves. This is what the conditioning does, what the education does. Any form of shaping, any kind of shaping us into a form, into what we're supposed to be, just eliminates, and it denies any presence of the whole of us, which we are. We have the whole spectrum of emotions for a reason. And we're here to learn how to feel all of them. You're here to learn how to feel pain, how to feel angry, how to feel sad, how to feel happy, how to feel joy. Because only with being able to feel sad, you can know that you're feeling happy. Imagine if there was a world where there was no feeling of sadness. Then the happiness would become numb. It would become neutral, which is the state where we usually find ourselves when we want to avoid ourselves. We escape ourselves, the spectrum, because it gets too much, it gets overwhelming, it gets too many highs, too many lows. We escape it into the numbness. Numbness is relief. Whatever method you use, but you will sure know that the numbness and just the not having to think and not having to be there, not having to find out why, is that certain state of relief. It's that neutral state that we often escape to once it gets too much. But we can achieve this state without something outside, without the other toxins putting them to our bodies, medication, whatever, alcohol, whatever it is for you, whatever dopamine, scrolling on the social media, whatever it is. But you are able to achieve this only through yourself, but it does take the courage of feeling through what you're feeling through and being grateful for it. Okay, I acknowledge that I'm able to feel frustrated, and it helps me to reassess my boundaries, and it helps me to have then a better reality, to create a better reality, better relationships, more healthy relationships where I feel better about myself, I feel more at ease, and this all together brings the ease. This all together brings the relief. Right? Because yeah, we are complex, we have the whole spectrum, and we have the spectrum to use it. And by embracing all of these, by embracing those that we've been suppressing for a very long time, maybe, with that comes the new possibility, the new approach, the new understanding, the new flow, the new action of knowing, also the deep knowing, the wisdom that we are right, we know all the information. We can, through this state of deep gratitude, we can access our subconscious mind, and it becomes easy for us. It becomes easy for us to know the answer, to know how to decide, to make the right decisions. Because this is where we gain the trust with ourselves, the confidence, the grounding, the all of us, by exploring all of our aspects, by exploring, okay, I have this great spectrum about me, this joy, this people pleasing, maybe sometimes, this being ecstatically happy and grateful for the good things, etc. But then at the same time, I have these other parts about myself, the ones that get angry, the ones that get sad, the ones that get frustrated, the ones that get furious, the ones that get into deep despair, even agony. But look at how the spectrum is, like how wide the spectrum is, and it is about discovering what we're able to experience. And if I'm able to experience that agony, then probably I'm also able to experience some form of ecstasy by creating it for myself, some form of extreme happiness, extreme joy, extremeness, extreme high. But by knowing, it's the healthy way of experiencing them, because by getting to know yourself, by getting to know all these aspects, only through this you can discover, yeah, I know this part about myself. No one can use it against me. No one can surprise me with it, activate with it, me with it anymore, because I know my spectrum. I know I have all of this within myself, and it's okay. It is what enables me to feel. So yeah, today I'm inviting you to this gratitude for the all. Gratitude for looking at the gratitude of the not so nice aspects, of the things we think aren't so nice about ourselves. Thank you for being here. and I'll see you in the next video.